Welcome to the JD Remedy. Alrighty guys, welcome back to another episode of the JD Remedy. I am so excited to have you guys. This is the first episode of 2021. Woo, 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 woo. Welcome to the new year. I can't believe we made it through 2020. There was some tough times, some good opportunities, definitely a roller coaster of emotions, but here we are. If you're a returning listener, then welcome back. Happy New Year. If you're new to this podcast, then welcome. We are excited to have you. We talk all things self-love, self-care, women empowerment. What else do we talk about? If you've never listened to me before, it's probably good to mention up front, I am super sarcastic. So, I take the piss out of myself on the regular. Don't take anything I say about myself seriously. I'm not as egotistic and stuck up as I sound. It's just funny to make fun of myself. So the topics we cover, I like to think are very serious in terms of how they can help you guys. And don't forget, we do have a Facebook group just for the podcast. So if you want to join, and I always post the episodes in there. That way, if you guys ask any questions or you want to discuss the topic at hand, you have a platform to do so. And I have also received a couple of suggestions or questions in that Facebook group via Messenger, which is actually how we got onto today's topic as well. So, I've got multiple platforms that you guys can reach me on. Instagram, if you're watching this on YouTube, then welcome as well. But yeah, I leave all of the links to all of my social platforms and where you can reach me / follow me in the description of almost everything. So however you are hearing this, watching this, reading this, then welcome and happy New Year. So what's been going on? Not a lot. New Year's was okay. There's nothing like going to a music festival every year as a tradition for New Year's and then missing out because it's cancelled. Hits you in the feels, I must say. Nothing better than listening to a countdown with fireworks in a mosh pit. But obviously that didn't happen in Perth last minute. All of the events were cancelled. However, I must say I am grateful that we actually still had events to go to. I know a lot of other places, obviously, even in Australia and around the world, are not so fortunate to be doing the things that we're doing here in Western Australia. So I'm grateful that we still had something to do. We ended up just going to a drum and bass event. Actually, I think it was dubstep event in the city. Filth. If any of you were there for New Year's, then give me a shout out. But yeah, it was good to just listen to music, and obviously went with my partner and had a little bookie. So that was fun. And I think we were at home by like 2 a.m. because I was... Yeah, I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. Not much else has been happening. Pretty scary times, obviously. We've already had a couple of big bushfires here in Western Australia, and it's only like the second week of January, which is pretty upsetting. But, it's the inevitable with the amount of bush we have out here and the hot weathers. It's been like in the 40s, high 30s, early 40s degrees Celsius here in Western Australia. So very, very hot, very sticky and sweaty. But again, grateful for sunshine and being able to go outside and do things. All right, so let's just get into today's topic, shall we? I did do an episode last year to kind of wrap up in terms of goal setting and New Year's resolutions and things like that. And I got a lot of positive feedback for that episode. In saying that, I did get some questions around, what if your goal is the gym and wellness and it's kind of your first time doing it. So I'm going to cover a topic today just around how to get started if it's something you've never done before. I know, especially for girls, there's a lot of anxiety going into a gym, especially if it's your first time, and just in general. So obviously I used to be a personal trainer ran boot camps and things like that. I'm going to talk a little bit about my own personal journey, first time in a gym and then leaving and coming back and things like that. So never fear, Jade is here. We're going to go through some of that stuff today for you guys. So this video will be more of a guide into the gym for your first time. I think it's really important that it's coming from a female perspective as well, for someone that's done it myself in that experience and for someone that has actually coached people through their first time as well, being a personal trainer and obviously a professional coach for mindset as well. So let's get into some of the stuff that will help you guys in your first time in the gym. I think first things first is choosing the right gym. This can make or break your experience in a gym. It's super important that you feel comfortable, it's convenient for motivational purposes, you feel supported. So choosing the right gym, doing the right research and things like that is super important. So I'm going to list a couple of things that you should think about or jot down when you're doing your research and visiting gyms. So one of the things to consider is the staffed hours of that gym. So, think about what times would be ideal for you to actually be exercising. Is it really, really early in the morning? Like, do you do shift work? So is the gym going to be open? I think a lot of gyms these days are 24/7, which is great. But obviously if it's your first time in a gym, you just want to make sure what are the hours of staff availability. A lot of the bigger gyms will open staffed hours really, really early and close really, really late. But a lot of the 24-hour gyms, staffed hours are only for a few hours during the morning and day and then in the evening as well. So what's comfortable for you and your journey and what kind of support do you need? So think about when you're going to be training, and especially in those first couple of months, what times are those support people available to you. Something I didn't actually think I wanted in a gym but now have and love is female only sections. So obviously this goes for females if you're listening. If you're boys, obviously don't worry about this part, but it's made a huge difference in finding gyms that have female only sections. I know there are a couple of gyms available in Perth that are actually only female gyms. I think Fernwood, and I'm not sure if there's any others, but there is that option available to you. It doesn't have to be a forever thing, even if it's just for your first time, maybe like your first 6 months to a year in a gym. Choose one that has that comfortability for you. Because I know, obviously, I'm not speaking on behalf of everyone, but just my own personal experiences. I just feel a bit more comfortable training with girls, especially in those first couple of months when it's your first time. I think it's really important to feel comfortable where you're training. So that can be something to consider when you're looking for a gym. Do you guys have female only sections, or go check out a gym that has all girls? My biggest thing I would say for you guys to do is get a trial. So obviously don't take the piss. Just do a week's trial at maybe your top 3 gyms. So do all your research online first. Check out their website. What are the staffed hours? Do they have a creche if you girls need it? Do they have female-only sections? What's their group fitness timetable like, which we'll get into a bit later? And then maybe call them up and just suss it out a little bit. But I do recommend doing at least 3 trials and do it for a week. And I'll tell you why you should be doing trials. Get a feel for the type of people that train there. Do you feel comfortable? You want to be just saying hello to reception staff, seeing how many PTs are there, how many personal trainers are there, how busy does it get when you're training. And those things are really, really important, especially with the staff. Are the reception staff really friendly? How supportive are they for you if it's your first week there and they know that it's your first time in a gym? How willing are they to make your journey as comfortable as possible, which is super important. Are the personal trainers approachable? Do they look friendly? Do they offer you help? Do they smile and wave to you? Personal trainers, if they're good, can make or break, again, your experience in a gym. It's super, super important to have those kind of people available to you and be supportive, because they are kind of what holds the gym together. They're the glue that holds the experience together. You also want to get a feel for the membership consultant team, so the people that are going to help you get started. I've just so you know my credibility, obviously I've been a personal trainer. I've been a membership consultant where I help people join the gym. I've also been a club manager. So I have managed all of those people, personal trainers, the sales team, everything. So I, have the inside perspective and the outside perspective of what a good gym should be offering you. And I suppose all of this is just from the point of view of someone's first time in the gym and making the best possible decisions for yourself. Another thing to look at on your free trial is the group fitness timetable. I say this because I am going to recommend you do group fitness classes if it's your first time. So check out the group fitness classes. What classes do they offer? What times are they on? Does the group fitness manager come out and greet you? Are the reception staff or the membership consultants knowledgeable on the classes? Can they recommend any to you as a beginner? So all of this ties in how comfortable you're going to feel and lowering your anxiety in that first week. It's not completely up to the group fitness instructors to know all of this. If every single person you come in contact with in the gym is really helpful and makes you feel comfortable, then this is the gym for you. So these are just things that you should be thinking about in that first week trial. Do as many classes as you can. The reason I say classes is it can feel really daunting and anxious going into a group fitness class for the first time, especially if you've never done it, let alone been in a gym in the first place. But they're really good because you don't have to think about what you're doing. You just go into the class and the instructor at the front tells you what to do. So if I was you, if you speak to a membership consultant that sets up your trial, or the receptionist, whoever it is, just let them know, like, this is my first week in a gym, or this is my first time here. Can you please introduce me to the group fitness instructor? That's something you want to look out for as well. Is the group fitness instructor welcoming? Are they happy to support you? Most of them are. They're amazing balls of energy, but yeah, they're the kind of stuff. Don't be scared to say, it's my first time, like I'm super nervous. Can you just introduce me? I always stand at the back of a class if I'm feeling a bit nervous, or in the middle. But the good thing about group fitness people is they're normally always super supportive. Like if there's a person, because they're diehard fans, right? They do it for years. Like group fitness people normally don't do weights or anything. They just go to group fitness classes. So if they see someone's a newbie and they're struggling, they're more likely to be like, hey, like I'm so-and-so, let's do this together. In saying that, definitely do some classes with friends, or, we'll get on the topic of going with other people and meeting people, but group fitness classes are a really, really good place to start because you're not by yourself. You don't feel as nervous or scared. And again, you don't have to think about anything, and you get that little motivational push as a win as well because you've got your own personal instructor. Yeah, so just in your first trial, keep an eye out for the people that are in the gym, the location, do you feel comfortable there? Pretty much you'll know straight away when you walk in if it's going to be for you. The most important thing, I think, is just the staff members. So all of them, reception especially, are they approachable? Do they talk to you? Are they welcoming? The PTs, all of that, everything that I've already mentioned, just take note of these things and do like your own little scorecard in your phone or your head and take note of these things on your first week trial. I would be paying attention to that stuff more than what's the gym like, because I'm trying to think from the point of view of your first time in a gym. If none of that stuff makes you feel comfortable, it doesn't matter how much equipment they have. It doesn't matter if you know how to use the equipment or anything. The most important thing to me in choosing a gym is, do you feel comfortable? Are they helpful? Are they welcoming? And things like that. Let's say that you've chosen your favorite gym and you're just starting. A couple of things that I want to tell you guys about to take advantage of. Most gyms will have obviously membership options, but they should have like an upsell program for fitness. So maybe personal training or some program writing or something like that. Sometimes it's free, sometimes it's not. Regardless, I highly, highly, highly recommend you take advantage of it. It is not just a sales tactic. It's in place for a reason. people that join gyms on a New Year's resolution, or just for the first time, are notorious for their motivation dying off and they end up quitting or giving up. These programs and these support systems are in place to help you actually start your journey on the right foot, to make you feel comfortable, to actually make sure you're safe in the gym. They're not just a sales gimmick. I would go in there actually asking, do you guys have options with my membership for a personal training session or a program writing session or something that's going to support my journey and help me feel more comfortable? Like, if you're going in there asking for that, it means you're serious about your journey and you want to help yourself, because there's no good going into a gym for the very first time. This used to frustrate me as a membership consultant. They literally walked off the street. They'd never been in a gym before. It's my first time here. I don't know how to even use a treadmill, but no, I don't want personal training sessions, or I don't want a program. It's like, okay, but what are you going to do? Like, how do you know what you're doing? So I get it. I think people have this preconceived idea that personal training sessions, I don't need a PT. I don't want to get buff or anything like that. That is not what they're there for. They are literally in the gym to help you. They are qualified to teach you how to use the equipment, how to write programs. And I promise you that for motivation purposes and comfortability purposes, personal trainers and having your own program is the way to go. And I'm not saying hire one ongoing unless that's what you want to do, but just that initial support if it's your first time in a gym or just a new gym in general. And then you have that friendly face that you know. So once you've done your first session with them, that comes with your membership or whatever the gym offers, you have that friendly face. So if any point down the track you still feel a bit uncomfortable, hey Ben, or hey Sarah, whatever their name is, like, can I have another session, or can you give me a hand with this equipment, whatever it is. So highly, highly, highly recommend doing that initial first offer that they'll give you, and there'll always be one. Some of them are free. Some of them you pay like a cheaper bundle and you get a couple of sessions. So I highly recommend them. It's not them just ripping you off. It's the best support you can get. Even some gyms offer like quarterly programs to help you, and they touch base with you and everything like that. So any programs you see in a gym, whether they're 8-week challenges or like the summer blitz or whatever it is, always take advantage of them. The sense of feeling like you're part of a community and having that additional support on top of your week-to-week membership, incredible. Like, they're priceless, I promise. On the topic of personal trainers, I do recommend having one if you've got the money for it. If you value your experience and you want the results and you want to take your new journey or your new goal seriously, having a personal trainer is super important. Again, if it's your first time, obviously, like I said, the motivation dies off if you don't have that accountability, and just having that support. I can't put into words how great it is meeting a professional at the gym every week, knowing you have to show up, and then having them guide you through a session and give you professional advice around weight loss or muscle gain, whatever your goal is incredible. So I'll give you a few pointers if that is the road you want to go down. So every gym will have something called a PT board, or our staff, or whatever they call it. Go up to that board in your trial and read their bios. So it'll have a picture of the personal trainer, their qualifications, maybe a little bit about them and what they specialize in. That's super important. So does it resonate with your goals? If they are super passionate about bodybuilding and they mostly work in bodybuilding and you want to lose weight, don't choose that personal trainer. A lot of them will just have general wellness and weight loss journey, like a lot of the females. Again, it's just comfortability. Like, does the person look approachable? And you can even go that one step further and call all of them and just say, hey, my name's X. I just joined the gym, or I'm just on a trial, whatever you want to say. I'm looking to hire a personal trainer. I'd just like you to tell me a little bit about yourself. So fucking don't be scared to go that extra mile. Like, you're paying to have this service, so you should know if you're going to click with them or not. Like, that's what I would do anyway. And just see, never devalue a personal trainer's product. The more expensive they are, the probably the more professional and more experienced they are anyway. But, just say, do you guys offer like a free 1-session trial, or I'm happy to pay you for a session? If you're really serious about having a personal trainer on board, I would highly suggest asking all of them for a session and see which one you like the best. Tell them your goals and ask them how they would help you get there. And you'll get a vibe with them just over the phone, whether that's for you or not. Cool. So let's say you're not going to hire a personal trainer and you want to do this on your own. That's fine. How do you use equipment? So if you are a beginner, I would highly suggest starting with the weight machines, not the free weights. So normally all the machine weights are together. The reason I say that is they teach you proper form. They have instructions on the actual equipment, and even some of the fancier ones at the moment have QR codes. So you can normally scan a barcode on your phone and it actually pops up to either a page or a YouTube channel or something like that, and it actually tells you how to use the equipment, so you can't really go wrong. There's a lot more form and experience that goes into free weights if you've never done it before, so you don't hurt yourself. So if it's your first time and you're feeling a bit nervous, just start on machine weights and keep it really basic. Go 2 to 3 times a week and just do, what's the word I'm looking for? Just do like one body part, like a circuit. That's the word I'm looking for. Do like a circuit, like 3 times a week. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and just do like a chest machine, a leg machine, a back machine, like a hamstring machine, whatever it is. Just do one body part of everything in one day, like a little circuit, and then go. So you're trying to get used to moving your body, using your muscles, using the machines. And don't forget, if you would have taken advantage of a program, they'll probably write you something really basic like that anyway. You shouldn't be doing anything too over the top if it's your first time. You'll probably hurt yourself. But if you don't want to train it and you don't want to train alone, got a couple of options. So highly recommend training with a friend. If you're feeling unmotivated, if you're nervous, if it's your first time, there's nothing better than training with a friend. It's just fun to go together and be like, what the fuck are we doing with someone else? Just my only advice on training with a friend is make sure you're going with someone that also has a similar goal. Have someone, like, go with someone that's motivated, because if you want to go and the other person fucking hates the gym, then they're going to make you not want to go to the gym, if that makes sense. So make sure your goals are aligned and, you trust them to be your accountability buddy, and they're just as motivated as you are. So that can be really fun because it's less nerve-wracking going into a group fitness class, doing a circuit. It's just nice to have that initial support with you in the gym as well. And it's way more fun just being on a journey and a goal if you're sharing it with a friend, and you can, do your before and after photos together and all of that fun stuff. So it's just nice to share a common goal with a friend. If you don't have any friends and you don't want to train alone, I also recommend, most gyms will have like a community Facebook page or something like that. Ask reception about it, or just talk to people in group fitness classes, or if you're comfortable enough, just make friends on the gym floor. And I've seen people post in those community Facebook pages saying, hey, I'm new to the gym, looking for a training buddy. Is anyone struggling with accountability or motivation? And you'd be surprised how many people will comment and say, yep, I'm your girl, or that's me. Then you have someone that you can meet at the gym every week. So really, really good recommendation. I want to talk about the flip side of this. So if you're a regular, you're comfortable in the gym, you train quite often, I think it's really important to mention that you are a big part of this new person's journey and their comfortability. If you see someone look super nervous, make sure you're smiling at them, like not in a creepy way, but just, hey, like just letting you know, we're all friendly here. I think people have different opinions on this, but if you see people using equipment wrong, like whether to approach them or not, I know something you definitely shouldn't do, and that's film them and put it on the internet, because that is awful. I think I would approach someone if they looked like they were going to hurt themselves. You can normally tell if someone's really anxious or quite hesitant to do anything. They're normally just sitting on a piece of equipment on their phone, or just really quietly, maybe just walk up to them and say, hey, is this you feeling okay? Is this your first time? If not, how embarrassing. But, just introduce yourself like, how many times a week do you train? And you'll get a pretty good sense whether they're a newbie or not. And just maybe say, like, if you need any help, I'll be over here. Don't come on too strong. But I don't know. I think I would really appreciate that if I was in the gym for the first time, having someone just be super friendly, and I would feel comfortable knowing that there is support there if I was there by myself. And especially if you're in a group fitness class, like I said, it's a little community in there. So don't be scared to go up to them and introduce yourself, or introduce them to the instructor if they want, But yeah, really good advice. And lastly, guys, I just want to touch on my story just so you can get a sense of how topsy-turvy these journeys can be. And it's all about mindset, support, motivation, and accountability, right? So I remember my very first time in the gym, super anxious, no idea what I was doing. I did a lot of group fitness classes. I had those personal training sessions when I first joined, and I had a program. So all the initial support, which I think really helped me start my journey. I then started dating someone that was already really into the gym, so he really helped me as well. I then fell in love with it, became a personal trainer, was helping other people with their fitness, which was very rewarding. Stopped being a personal trainer because I lost passion for my own fitness, which I think is a very common thing, actually. The more people I talk about, a lot of people stop PT because they lose passion for their own fitness. Gained some weight, didn't go to the gym for a little bit, then got back into it, hired my own personal trainer, was into training again, but I wouldn't train on my own. Weirdly enough, this is like 4 years later. I'm a qualified PT, and I was very anxious to train by myself. I was nervous. I only ever trained, I think, 3 times a week with my personal trainer. So yeah, it can change. Got a new boyfriend. He was heavily into the gym and was fucking terrified of training in the gym with him. I was like, oh my God, like, what am I doing? How do I use this equipment? He's going to think I'm an idiot. Luckily, he was very open to helping me, and we just eventually got more comfortable. We were training together, and now I go 5 times a week, heavyweight training by myself, and I don't give a fuck. So I think I'd be nervous to go into a group fitness class because I haven't done it for a while, but I'm very comfortable in a gym, and I think it makes a huge difference in the gym that you train at. I love my gym. I love the staff. So I am very happy. So just goes to show it can change. How long have you not trained? How long have you trained? Where are you training? Who are you training with? What knowledge do you have? What resources are available to you? But I just wanted to tell you that personal story in case you have fallen off the bandwagon and you're judging yourself or you're hesitant to get started. Just know that everybody starts somewhere. Those group fitness junkies or bodybuilders or super fit girls or whatever it is, they all had their first time in the gym, and nobody comes out the womb looking like that or knowing what the hell to do in a gym. So I just wanted to give you that little peace of mind that don't worry, it's not going to feel like this forever. You just have to start. And hopefully with all these tips and resources, it's an easier process for you. Again, if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to help. Reach out in the Facebook group. So with that, I'm going to wrap up today's episodes. Thank you guys so much for listening. I really hope, I'm just going to say her name, Catherine. I hope this answered and helped your questions that you had in my inbox. So thank you for reaching out. If anyone else has any other questions or need help, I can't talk. If anyone else needs help, I will leave all the links to my socials in the description of this podcast, in the YouTube channel. If you're already following the Facebook group, I will post this episode as well. But you can post on there any questions you have or reach out on Instagram. Y'all find me. You guys know how to use social media. It's not rocket science. Just type in my name and there I will be. Jade Delpup, Jayde, last name Delpup. And come find me. Let's have a chat. Let me know if this helped you. Give me some props, guys. I hope everybody is having a fantastic 2021 so far. and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.